The road to the Kentucky Derby 2020 continues. Let's take a look at some of the contenders on Wednesday, January the 15th, 2020. Remember, smash that like button and subscribe to get all the videos leading you up to the 2020 Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks. Latest workout news, Smarty Jones Stakes coming up at Oaklawn Park on opening day. A couple of contenders have continued to work towards that race. It looks like Shoplifted, the winner of the Springboard Mile at Remington Park, he is going to be pointing towards that opening day stakes at Oaklawn Park, the Smarty Jones. Meanwhile, the runner-up, Answer In, he worked out 4 furlongs the other day. He is going to wait for the Southwest Stakes, the next up engagement for the Brad Cox trainee. Meanwhile, Independence Hall, who's 3 for 3, he picked up a dominating win in the Nashua Stakes. He came back with a workmanlike effort in the Jerome Stakes. He's got a couple of options. He had a 4 furlong workout the other day. Could still point for the Sam Davis, which is on February the 8th. Also thinking about the Risen Star on February 15th. The key difference for the Risen Star Stakes would be the Risen Star is worth 50 points and is just 1 week later than the Sam F. Davis. Also gives him an option if he wants to go to that third prep. He could either go to the Bluegrass or go to the Wood. And I think Independence Hall may be better served. The only downside of that is the Risen Star Stakes is 1 mile and an 1/8 this year down in Louisiana. Dennis Moment picked up his first work of the year, just kind of an easy 4 furlong breeze over the weekend. He's still pointing for the Fountain of Youth Stakes, of course, that coming up at the end of February. 2 for 4 lifetime, but still some concerns. He got clipped heels the one time in one of his races, and then the slow start in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Dennis the Moment is going to definitely be one to watch on the work tab, and especially once he gets back into that starting gate later on this spring. Tis the Law with an impressive workout the other day. Last weekend, nice workout as he continues to work towards the Holy Bull, and based on that workout, probably going to be a strong favorite in that race. Of course, he was bet down in his most recent start, running 3rd at Churchill Downs underneath the Twin Spires. Tis the Law back on the work beam and working towards the Holy Bull Stakes. Ancient Warrior, a 6 furlong workout last week. Jerry Hollendorfer looks like he has this one pointing for the Smarty Jones Stakes. An impressive victory for the Son of Constitution in his debut race. Looking forward to this one stretching out to 1 mile in the Smarty Jones. Annie Dior, a tough luck loser, or maybe did he hang a little bit in his last 2 races? Thought maybe he had a little bit of a bad ride in the Breeders' Cup, but then he kind of came back with the same wide trip, made a mid-race move down the stretch, and then kind of hung late for that 2nd place finish. Looks like he's going to go back to the synthetic, hit the El Camino Real Derby, and then he'll take a final look at his prep. Options will be open. Could be Arkansas for the Arkansas Derby, or possibly the Santa Anita Derby for Annie Dior, the well-bred son of Megla Dioro. Airstream, a well-bet runner in his debut for Steve Asmussen. He finished 4th in his debut. He came back with a 4 furlong workout the other day, and I assume we'll see him back in the entry soon. Probably at a longer distance. He debuted at 6 furlongs. Maybe see him stretch out to that mile mark. So that's some of the latest action. Other news to note, we had profiled Devil Made Me Do It after that impressive maiden score, and he came back body sore out of that race. Not hard to believe, as he kind of freaked and ran a high speed figure that day. He's going to be out 50 days. Won't see him till closer to April, and he could be making a summer run, maybe eventually see him in New York at Belmont or Saratoga this summer. So that's a look at some of the latest winners. Of course, Gulfstream carded 7 maiden races last weekend and 3-year-old races. A couple of nice debut efforts. Ones to keep an eye on as we move forward, and also looking for another race comeback. Farmington Road picked up a victory at Tampa Bay Downs over the weekend for Todd Pletcher. Of course, he uses that kind of as his stomping grounds to pick up those easy maiden special weight wins. Although he wasn't as impressive as Always Dreaming, it does give him options moving forward, and we possibly will see Farmington Road in the Sam F. Davis. That's your Kentucky Derby update for January the 15th, 2020. Remember, hit subscribe as we lead you up to the Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks. Also, we've got race previews of the Silver Bullet Day and the LeCompte Stakes coming up this weekend.